Before the first heartbeat, before the first breath there was silence, not peace, but a stillness heavy with potential. Our world was forged in fire, molten rock, poisoned skies, relentless storms. And in that chaos life began. Not with a bang, not with glory, but with a molecule that could copy itself. In that moment, the first soldier of an unseen war stepped onto the battlefield. A war not of weapons, but of adaptation. A war without sides, without mercy and without end. This is the silent war of evolution. In the beginning, there was only the cell. Tiny, invisible, simple. But even here, competition ruled. Those that split faster, consumed more, resisted heat or acidity, survived. Some cells learned to trap sunlight, becoming the first plants. Others devoured their neighbors, pioneering the role of the predator. And so began the first arms race. From single cells came colonies. From colonies came tissues, limbs, eyes, teeth, each a new weapon in the game of survival. Evolution never paused, never forgave, and never planned ahead. It only selected what worked now. Some of the earliest rulers of the sea were fish with steel-like armor. Others wielded crushing jaws and swift fins. But the true revolution came when fins began to transform into limbs. One fish took a breath of air, a mistake or an opportunity. Life crawled onto land. Those first pioneers fought the dry wind, gravity, exposure. They evolved lungs, skin that resisted dryness, bones strong enough to bear weight. Amphibians gave rise to reptiles, and reptiles gave rise to giants, dinosaurs. For over 150 million years, the dinosaurs ruled Earth with brutal elegance. There were herbivores the size of buildings, predators with knives, 4 teeth, and flocks of feathered killers that hunted in packs. They were not clumsy monsters. They were perfectly evolved machines, each adapted to its niche. But the war didn't favor size or strength alone. It favored resilience, because 66 million years ago, an asteroid ended their reign. In an instant, 75% of life vanished, and in the shadows, evolution made its next gamble. Tiny mammals, warm-blooded, quick, with fur to shield them from the cold, emerged into a world left behind by giants. They were not strong, but they adapted fast. In evolution, that's all that matters. Some became rodents, others bats, primates, predators. Their brains grew, their senses sharpened, their societies grew more complex. The age of mammals had begun. Meanwhile, in the skies, dinosaurs didn't fully vanish. Their legacy lives on in birds. Feathers first evolved for warmth, but in time, they became wings. A reminder that evolution repurposes. It does not create from scratch. And so, the skies filled with the descendants of ancient predators, now singing in trees. While animals fought their battles with tooth and claw, plants were waging wars of their own. They competed for sunlight, water, space. Some grew taller, some spread wider, others grew poison, thorns, or toxins. But the most brilliant strategy, partnership. Plants learned to seduce insects. They bloomed flowers, signals of nectar, scent, color. Insects came to feed. In doing so, they carried pollen across continents. Bees, butterflies, beetles, they became both allies and instruments of evolution. Insects, though tiny, are nature's most successful army. They reproduce fast, they adapt faster. Ants farm fungi and raise aphids like cattle. Spiders spin webs to trap the unwary. Termites build air-conditioned towers taller than humans. There are more insects on Earth than stars in the galaxy. Their evolutionary secret: specialization, cooperation, rapid change. And then the ape stood upright, not because it was destined to, but because walking freed the hands, and hands became tools. Tools shaped the brain shaped language. Language built culture. Culture passed down knowledge. In this, Homo sapiens rose. But we were not alone. We once shared the Earth with at least 8 other human species. We lived beside Neanderthals, Denisovans, and more. Some we fought, some we interbred with. Only one lineage remained: us. The war continued. Within. Our bodies still fight viruses, bacteria, cancer. Pathogens evolve faster than we can keep up. Antibiotic resistance rises like a shadow. In this silent war, the smallest organisms often win. Now, the threats are different. Diseases of plenty, depression in overcrowded minds, bodies built for scarcity struggling in abundance, climate shifts caused by our own hands. We've moved faster than nature can catch us, and in doing so, we've disrupted the very systems that forged us. But something unprecedented is happening. We are now rewriting evolution itself. With gene editing, we can alter DNA, remove disease, enhance traits. With artificial intelligence, we may soon create minds that evolve in seconds. With neural implants, cybernetics, and lab-grown organs, we may become something more or something less. We are no longer passengers, we are drivers. But do we know the destination? Yet amid the metal and code, the old war still rages. Bees still search for flowers. Trees still stretch toward sunlight. Wolves still chase elk across tundra. The coral reef still fights for space beneath the waves. Every living thing, plant, animal, insect, microbe, is still adapting, still evolving. Evolution is not just a struggle, it's a sculptor. It carves with pressure, chisels with time, and polishes with failure. Over eons, it honed the cheetah's sprint, the owl's silence, the anglerfish lore, and the octopus mind, each a masterpiece of function, born not of design but of need. It sharpened the thorns of the rose, and the camouflage of the leaf insect. It gave the cactus its armor, the chameleon its cloak, the dolphin its sonar. Where there was weakness, evolution forged a counter. Evolution is not just a struggle, it's a sculptor. It carves with pressure, chisels with time, and polishes with failure. Over eons, it honed the cheetah's sprint, the owl's silence, the anglerfish lore, and the octopus mind, each a masterpiece of function, born not of design but of need. It sharpened the thorns of the rose, and the camouflage of the leaf insect. It gave the cactus its armor, the chameleon its cloak, the dolphin its sonar. Where there was weakness, evolution forged a counter. Where there was abundance, it bred competition. Where there was death, it planted adaptation. From molecules that sensed light, came the eye. From lungs gasping for air, came speech. From claws and fur, came hands that built cathedrals and machines. Every feature in nature is a victory over time. The hummingbird's flight is not just beauty, it's the result of millions of silent trials. The spider's web is not just art, its precision evolved over 1 billion broken strands. Even pain, even fear was shaped by evolution. Pain warns, fear protects. They are not flaws, they are ancient allies. In the war of evolution, nothing is wasted. Every feather, every fang, every flower sharpened by survival. Evolution doesn't just sharpen, it synchronizes. It's not a solo journey, it's a symphony of survival, where species evolve together, locked in endless duets of tension and harmony. The orchid and the moth. One flower's shape evolves to match a single insect's tongue, too long or too short, and the cycle collapses. And so, nature tightens the thread between them, each adapting to the other's slightest change. The gazelle runs faster, the cheetah gets leaner. The bacteria evolves resistance, the immune system strikes back. It is a feedback loop of escalation, where success is never permanent, only rented for a moment in time. What looks like design is pressure. What looks like intention is iteration. There is no architect behind the peacock's tail or the firefly's glow. Only trial, error, time, and still, through chaos, came the code. DNA, a spiral staircase of 4 letters, capable of building galaxies of life from a single cell. It is not just information, it is memory, etched into flesh. Your body is a library of ancient victories. You are made from the bones of fish, the lungs of reptiles, the instincts of apes. Inside your blood swim molecules from the dawn of Earth. Inside your brain echoes of creatures that no longer exist. You are not separate from the tree of life, you are a branch, still growing. Why does music move us? Why do stars make us feel small? Why do we dream of things we've never seen? Perhaps it's because evolution did more than build the body. It crafted the mind. It selected for wonder, for language, for curiosity, because those things helped us survive and then, they helped us create. In the silence of this war, evolution carved not only claws and colors, but consciousness. A species that could question its own existence emerged from creatures that once hunted in the dark. That is the most staggering miracle of all. You are the product of billions of victories. Every cell in your body descended from survivors. Every breath, every blink, every heartbeat, earned through conflict you'll never see. You are not above this war. You are the war. Your instincts, your strengths, your fears, they are all echoes of 1 billion years of survival. You are evolution, still unfolding. And the war continues, not in noise and thunder, but in silence, in pollen drifting on wind, in DNA shifting in a child, in the beat of a hummingbird's wing. This is the silent war, and it never ends.